universe.
Hi guys, what's up? Dungeon Crawlers here. Today we're going to be breaking down the mid-season 2 trailer of Rebels.
We have arrived to one of my favorite big reveal moments of this trailer. Here.
What could it be?
What could it be? Ezra is confronted by this hooded figure in the Sith holocron room or something like that.
This is so cool.
And he says, "You can refer to me as Old Master." We took a still of the hooded figure, enhanced it, brightened it, bumped up the contrast. Take a look for yourself.
Call me Old Master. At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
Ah! It's Darth freaking Maul!
Well, okay. So
What?
So I didn't catch it the first time seeing it. Then I came over before we got to prep, and you showed me that the second, when you lighten it up, you see the tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
but now, while we were sitting here and you were talking about that, do you remember in Clone Wars when he sees his brother and he says,
No.
"Call me Master"?
I shall complete your training, not as your brother, but as your master.
He already told his brother to call him Master, so that kind of sinks in there. And it's perfect. Now, again, why don't we see the horns? Because he's got a freaking hood over
So
it.
And it's a close-up shot, too.
Yeah.
You only see from, like, here to here,
Yeah.
so you don't see the horns or anything like that.
What do you guys think?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Either way, it's amazing.
Now let's talk about how this it fits in the story.
Okay.
Why is Darth Maul there?
Well, Darth Maul could have been the one that activated things.
Because
that
he's
goes
our
back to your
favorite.
thing. He's the one that's
Other
been,
than
maybe he's been hiding out there, because we know he's been hiding out in the Outer Rims, because he's probably hiding from Palpatine for one, because Palpatine royally kicked his trash, but let him live. So, there is a showdown with him, Savage, against Palpatine, and Palpatine wipes the floor with him.
Nice.
You guys should watch Clone Wars, too. It's pretty fun.
So, I remember you mentioned the comic book where...
I love this comic book. Go.
Where Darth Maul goes after Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is what starts those events.
Mm.
Vader instructs him, saying, "Hey, Obi-Wan's still alive. I don't know where.
Go
But
after him.
go find him.
Oh.
Go find him, and I will make you my apprentice."
This is what I love about this trailer, opening up the doors to what might and might not be canon.
We may be
canonizing
completely
everything.
wrong, but the possibilities are there.
But then on the flip side, he's also telling Ezra, "Hey, you can be my apprentice too."
Yeah, if Darth Maul was
What's
Ezra's
most
master, like what?
what is a solid fact right now is that like Darth Maul is most likely like 99% like canonized after the Phantom Menace. I mean after Clone Wars and stuff like that.
No, he is.
So that being said, what is Darth Maul's agenda? It seems like he's talking to Ezra in a voice and in a presence that seems more friendly, like he's trying to deceive him into thinking maybe he's a light side guy,
Well,
maybe he's not so bad.
He can feel how conflicted Ezra is. And maybe he sees that Ezra was able to take the holocron, and so now he's like, "Hey, I have someone that's a possible apprentice, and I can manipulate them, and maybe get back at Palpatine."
At last we will have revenge.
I really want to hear what you guys think.
Yes.
I get super excited just knowing that Darth Maul might be back, most likely being back. Tell us what your theories are. Why is Darth Maul here? Is it Darth Maul? We will fight you. And just get excited about it. It's super fun.
It may not be. It may be a new character, but
A new Zabrak that maybe
it's
used the same
really-
tattoos.
You know what?
It's
It is
really,
not a new character.
really
It is
unlikely.
not
though.
Yeah.
It's not.
a new
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Oh, so exciting. Here's a question for the fans. Where is the ghost right now? It looks like a planet with a bunch of like typhoons or something. It looks like maybe a portal into a bunch of different galaxies.
Maybe a massive
Nebula or something.
yeah. But you haven't seen the end of Clone Wars.
Shame. Shame.
There is a scene where Yoda is going to learn how to be able to communicate with the dead. If I remember this scene correctly, when he's flying, there is a very similar set of cloud formations and swirly things.
Leave your comments. Let us know what you think. What the heck is this place?
There's another thing that you and I spotted later on
Like the 12th viewing of the trailer.
that Sabine is fighting.
Sabine is fighting these little spider creatures,
Yes.
which at first I was just like,
they're not little though.
okay,
Yeah.
they're pretty big
They're
spider
pretty big.
creatures.
Can we panic now?
At first, I didn't really think about it. But once we started trying to connect some of the stuff we were seeing in the trailer to Knights of the Old Republic, it becomes blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
You fight these spiders, I think, at multiple places in the game,
Kithra or Kithrath or something. They generally gravitate where there are crystals. So when we do, and there's several points in the game where they do come out of the caves. So it could be that they're near a cave, and this may be, that that's where they're above the temple.
Right.
And because again, temples, there's normally crystals around those.
They fight the spiders on the way down to the temple.
They're
That would be
everywhere.
awesome.
So if you guys remember playing Knights of the Old Republic, to get to the temples, you had to go inside a cave or underground to find the Sith temples, to find the artifacts to move on in the game. Yeah. Along the way, spiders.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
They look exactly the same as the spiders in the trailer. Take a look. What do you think? So in the trailer, we see a bunch of Sith Inquisitors. We've seen them all along through the series. But at this point in Rebels, we've been introduced to 2 new Inquisitors, and the one from the first season is not present, for spoiler alerts.
Correct.
There's a third one that pops up in the middle of the trailer. Who is this guy? I mean, it could just be a new Inquisitor that just like, okay, go help him out. But when you take a closer look...
Yeah, I mean, when you paused it, it's got the sweeping back, just like Vader does, but... as well as Kylo.
But and
then the front does look like, a knight's visor that it comes down.
On the side, it does have the marks like Kylo Ren a little bit, and so it's kind of cool. It's like seeing a progression.
I think what we're trying to get to is that this guy may be
the beginning
of the Knights of Ren.
There we go. Adaptation.
Well,
that was the word.
Again, maybe it is. Ezra becomes the leader. And, we already know these Sith Inquisitors are working with Vader.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take much for him to say,
let's go be Knights of Ren instead.
Yeah.
This is a cooler club.
Yeah.
Come join me.
Is it possible that eventually they just evolve into the Knights of Ren?
They could just evolve. The Knights of Ren could be the Inquisitors from Rebels.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. All we know right now...
There's no Worlds, but that's all right.
All we know right now is that this new Inquisitor that's been introduced it looks a ton like the Knights of Ren that we see in The Force Awakens.
And very cross of Raider. It's a Raider. Yeah. It's Red and Vader. I made a new word. It is a very good cross of the two of them.
It is, and we do know that the Inquisitors do fear Vader. They know they don't stand a chance against him.
It will be their undoing.
So cool. What do you guys think? Do you think the Inquisitors could be the beginning of the Knights of Ren?
Maybe.
Leave your comments below. Now, a very short scene. It's very quick. We see the main cast gather around what looks like a map.
It looks like a star map.
Yeah, very similar to what we see in The Force Awakens. However, if we are connecting back to the Old Republic, like we have been the whole trailer, it might be a cool throwback to the star maps, which is pretty cool. So a lot of characters are introduced in this trailer. There's an orange Twi'lek that speaks and steps forward.
Yes.
What does he say his name is?
So, Sam Sedula.
Sham Syndulla, at your service.
For those of you that don't know who he is, he was introduced in Paul Kemp's Lords of the Sith book. In that book, he is the leader of the Free Ryloth movement. And they attack a Star Destroyer that has Palpatine and Vader on it. Successfully destroy a Star Destroyer. Just before the book ends, one of the other characters lets him know that he is the mastermind. He's the pivotal thing. And the only way that they'll ever overcome Vader and Palpatine is through his ingenious plotting. Now we see him walking in on Rebels.
Yes.
And this guy literally is considered the mastermind of the rebellion.
There's a small second where we see Kanan backing up from the White Knights.
Yes.
And he's got a blue lightsaber in one hand and a red lightsaber in the other hand. Behind him is a huge rack of lightsabers. So, I mean, it could be as easy as that he just picked up one of those. But it seems like he's in the dojo of the White Knights or the Eternal Empire or whatever we're going to call them. It seems like those would all be yellow. Why is he holding a red lightsaber?
Right.
So, if we're to go off the theory of their Jedi Temple Guards, why would they have a red lightsaber? That makes no sense. Looking at this shot, all the sabers are different. They're all completely different sabers. If we go off the theory that this is part of the Eternal Empire, these could be trophy sabers.
So it makes me excited to get to know this Eternal Empire or these Jedi Temple Guardians.
Shout out to Chazzy C for confirming that these are Jedi Temple Guards. But do you think they have a connection to the Eternal Empire? The design is still undoubtedly similar. Leave your comments below.
They're very interesting characters. They kind of have this ominous presence about them. They're kind of creepy, but they're kind of cool.
Their faces are always covered, which we're used to in Star Wars.
So, one of Jared's favorite things about Star Wars.
It's Jared's favorite thing.
Jared's favorite thing.
Jared's favorite thing.
Can we hashtag it? I don't know.
No.
At the very end of the trailer, towards the very tail end of it, we see a couple of Mandalorians firing off.
Yeah.
Seriously, like leading up to The Force Awakens, I just sat here with my little like Boba Fett plush doll, hoping and praying that we would see some Mandalorians in The Force Awakens. Didn't really see any. I got my hopes up with the flag over Maz Kanata's tavern there, but I think we're going to get a chance to see them again here in Rebels. Who are these guys? Could they be Death Watch? Is that who they were in Clone Wars?
Yeah, we had Death Watch in Clone Wars, but we also saw a Mandalorian standing next to Kylo. In a vision.
Yeah.
That's true.
I should have asked for more.
Yeah, could these guys be connected?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe they are affiliated with the Knights of Ren. Who knows? Yeah. But we do see some
Mandalorians that are a separate group. I mean, because we do know that Sabine, that's over them, just say there are other factions out there.
So we don't have a lot of information about that shot. It was very short, but give us what your guys' thoughts are. I want to get some theories on who these Mandalorians are, what their relevance is in the Rebels TV show, and maybe where they're going with them.
Also, if you guys make some really incredible arguments, we're going to be sharing them on future shows. Put it on there. If you have a thought and you really think it's a good one, put it on there. You never know. We might be sharing and we might share. Yeah. Win us over. We might share your beliefs.
We will immortalize you.
We will.
On YouTube.
Yes.
The envy of all your friends. One of the biggest things that we've all been waiting for since the Clone Wars is the battle between Ahsoka and Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, man.
The trailer built it up so emotionally for me.
Ahsoka, why did you leave? Do you know what I've become?
I had shivers and I wanted to cry a little bit at the end. That final blow between Vader and Ahsoka. We've been waiting for this.
No, it's beautifully crafted.
Yeah, it was. And I felt like we saw 2 seconds of it. And it was
super emotional.
It was more emotional than a lot of things I've seen in the films.
And we know this is going to be the last episode of this season. It's going to have to be. And I know they've said that we're going to see that final confrontation. More than likely, Ahsoka's not leaving. She's not going to make it because we know Vader does. But just the whole thing of, we hear Anakin's voice. We don't hear Vader.
Oh, yeah.
We hear the same voice that we heard in Clone Wars.
Well, it is beautiful, but I feel like it's kind of a dirty trick in the way that he's literally messing with her sense of
Oh, yeah.
He's messing with her sense of
with her emotions.
And it's just like, it's a dirty trick.
Well, I think
Vader.
I think part of it's a dirty trick, but I think part of it...
Do you really think it's genuine?
Well, I think... Part of it is
their relationship was pretty legit in the Clone Wars.
It really was, and she left. I mean, she literally just said, "I'm done," and walks out on the Jedi, walks out on Anakin, and this was like his little sister. Really, I mean, that's kind of the relationship they had. And then he's like,
"Yeah, but he kind of walked out too." So.
True. Well, yeah, true. But he's like, "You left me. Do you know what I've become since then?" And then, of course, we see the TIE fighter lowering down. He's standing
on top of it.
His lightsaber like it's a chariot. He wanted her to be angry. He wanted her to be upset because she is a force to reckon with. I mean, she's grown stronger, and she dual wields 2 white lightsabers. But not only that, he's broken. He is a broken man at this point. Yes, he's still strong, but there is the possibility that she could defeat him because she knows his fighting style.
Yeah. So the Ahsoka Vader battle is going to be super, super epic. I'm really excited to see it. I'm really sad to maybe contemplate the possibility of Ahsoka being killed. Very likable character from the Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. To wrap a bow on that, I had the thought while watching it that it could be possible that Vader, in killing Ahsoka, possibly, could also open the door up for him to accept another apprentice or to accept something in his life again in Ezra and begin the process of maybe creating the Knights of Ren. The very last thing here on my list is I just wanted to share my appreciation for the score of this trailer. Whoever you are that put that score together, you literally just made me bawl. This is so good. So hats off to you. It was amazing. Very good job.
This is one thing that Star Wars has always had from the beginning. Amazing music to go along with the story. It doesn't matter what. The music is always fit. And I know John Williams has really ushered that in. And he has, I mean, other than the main theme, he hasn't had much to do with Clone Wars or Rebels that I know of. but they've been able to capture that same magic and mystique
Yeah.
in the music, which is just amazing.
So amazing soundtrack, guys. If you haven't seen this trailer in its full form yet, definitely watch it now. I'm mad that you didn't watch it before you watched this.
And watch Rebels. If you're watching this and you haven't watched Rebels yet, come on.
It is definitely probably one of my favorite Star Wars like side shows and stuff like that. It is absolutely incredible. Check out Star Wars Rebels Season 1 and the upcoming last half of Season 2. It will be definitely worth the ride. Get excited about all of the references we're getting to the Old Republic.
Yes.
Things are slowly becoming canonized. We don't know what's going to happen between the first episode and the last episode of Season 2. We could be introduced to Revan. We could be introduced to Bane. We're going to get some things canonized.
This is the thing that's exciting about Rebels. So, Clone Wars, we knew what was going to happen.
Yes, we
have
don't know here.
no clue with Rebels.
No.
I mean, really,
especially
we don't.
Ezra.
Yeah,
Very
we don't know
open-ended.
what's happening with Ezra. We don't know who they're throwing at us because this is new territory.
Yes.
And because let's face it, Clone Wars is out there. We had Episode 2, we had Episode 3, so we knew what was going to happen in there. We don't know, and that's what's so exciting about this series. You know, they threw in Rex from Clone Wars. Yeah, he's older. He's got a gut, but he's awesome. You know, we got that. We've got Ahsoka. She's older. That gives us that tie-in. But we're seeing other people showing up. We're seeing Leia. We're seeing the Inquisitors. We've seen Vader, which was amazing with him coming in. We're going to see more. It's just going to be that
amazing.
way. And if Ezra does go to the dark side, what's going to happen with Kanan? I mean, he already lost his Jedi master and has grown up without that master, and now his apprentice has fallen to the dark side.
And he is already so self-conscious about being a
Yeah.
master. I think this would absolutely destroy him if Ezra went to the dark
Yeah.
side.
Where does the rebellion go with Sedula showing up? I mean, there's just so many amazing things that can happen now.
Oh, so excited. If one thing out of the whole KotOR and everything references being canonized, I am rooting for Darth Revan. Dave Filoni, if you remember me, I was that kid at San Diego Comic-Con a couple of times and then Celebration. You probably remember her better than me. That's okay. Please bring Revan to canon.
Yes.
He's one of the best characters ever to happen to Star Wars.
And we are not yet finished.
You are Darth Revan.
All right, guys, we've reached the end.
We have?
Star Wars Mid-Season 2 trailer has been discussed to crap and back, and we are so excited.
Yes.
We are.
We could get KotOR, more KotOR
Yes.
canon, because there is already KotOR canon in just the trailer. Darth Maul, what's happening with Ezra? Is he the founding member of the Knights of Ren? Is he Snoke? Is he Kylo's real father? These are all things we would love to hear from you guys, because
Yes.
we want to fight you. Now, we want to get to the bottom of it.
Well, and maybe you saw something we didn't see.
Yeah, maybe you don't agree with us, but we really
Let's fight.
You
Let's
can tell
fight.
we don't agree with each other half the time, but we want to hear your theories.
We want to immortalize your theories and thoughts on our YouTube channel, on our radio show.
Yes.
When
Which
can
is
we
on
get
Mondays,
those?
Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can go to dungeoncrawlersradio.com or find it on iTunes, Stitcher, or pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast.
And go like us on Facebook.
We are a community of Star Wars fans, and damn it, let's talk about it. Thank you guys for sticking around. This has been so much fun. We're so excited.
Yep.
Like, comment, subscribe for more videos. Till next time, may the Force be with you and you and you.
Later, geeks.
There's always a bit of truth in legends.